virtual art camp. Do not attempt to adjust your computer screens, because we are in there. Hey folks, my name is Steve Prince, and I'm the Director of Engagement at the Muscarelle Museum at William and Mary. Hey, we have a wonderful show lined up for you today. The last time we met, I showed you how to make a one-point perspective chair inside of a room with a checkered rug. Now I'm going to take it a step further. Let's further create that room space, the interior view, and let's show a window. Let's put some artwork on the walls. Let's put a table inside of the room, and let's put a couch with a little bit of table in front and a rug on the floor. Let's just hook it up and jazz it up, and also know that with your own imagination, you can take it a step further at home. All right? So let's get together the materials you're going to need. You're going to need a pencil, a number 2 or softer. You're going to need paper of any size, and you're going to need an eraser. All right, so let's get ourselves set. Let's get our paper and everything ready to go. And let's put it all in place. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be pulchritudinous. I know this because it's all about making something from nothing, and that's a power. Now, one thing I want us to make sure that we keep in mind, and what is our magical word? Let me hear it. That's right, folks. Horizon line. Horizon line is that imaginary line exists in space that when we look straight out, that's parallel to the ground that's down below us, whether we are seated or standing. All right, keep that in mind. This information about the perspective drawing in the horizon line and all these different information is going to be key in order for you to make this drawing appear to be illusionistic in this way. All right? All right, so we're going to pull our horizon line, lock the wrist. And remember, I'm using a marker to get strong contrast across the paper, and I'm keeping my hand nice and light as I pull it across and pull it across. And I'm going to do it multiple times until I get it right. I'm not worrying about being perfect because it's called a finding line. Find it, okay? Now that I have my horizon line on there, I'm going to denote what is the back end of the room. And so most rooms are rectangular base, all right? So in the back of the room, I'm going to make a little rectangular kind of wall back there. Let's pull it up a little higher. And I'm going to pull the bottom part, which denotes the floor. And then this part up here is going to denote the ceiling. Isn't that cool? All right. Got it worked out so far so good. I'm using a blue marker because I want to use this one to kind of use my layout lines. Then I'm going to come back with a black marker on top of it to accentuate the different shapes and elements that I'm going to build inside of this room. So I want you to note that I'm going to change up the colors. And because it's going to get a lot of lines, it can get very confusing. So right from here, I wanted to establish the walls and the floor and the ceiling. So I'm going to pull from right here in the middle. I'll pull a point. I'm going to go up, out of that point, out of the corner. If I can get it straight. There we go. Pull up out of the corner, just like so. And I'm going to pull down out of the corner. Now, notice I'm using the words up and down. Information that's above the horizon line, you're pulling it up into space. Information below the horizon line, you're pulling down into space. Okay? And that's what happens when we look out into the room or look out around you. Is that you understand that things that are below that field of vision, things appear to come up to the horizon line, and things that are above your field of vision appear to come down to the horizon line. All right? So that's the whole play of the space in terms of seeing. All right, so that's the back room. All right, so I know you're probably already starting to see it. You can feel it. That if we were to stop it, like right in here, you can see that back wall, you see the side wall, ceiling in the bottom of the floor. That gets a little confusing because it looks like it's going on into infinity and beyond. All right, so right here, I'm going to create a window in the back of the room. Create a vertical and a horizontal and another horizontal. All right, let's give that window some thickness, and we can add on the panes going around it like that. The edge wood paneling around there, and then down the center, vertical, and I'm gonna go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. All right, just like that. And I have my window panes in the background. See how cool that is? All right, all right. You see, it's coming together piece by piece. I told y'all, come with me, fly with me off into this wonderful, imaginative world. All right, so now I need to get myself a little couch over here. I'm gonna put a couch on the right side of the room. And so what you need to do in making up your couch, don't make it outside the room over there. You want to pull it up, and I'm gonna make like a side panel, kind of similar to what I did with the chair. All right, and so now I'm just defining the sided profile of the couch. Ah, you feel it, you feel it, you feel it. All right, I got you. And then from the edges of that, we're gonna pull back to our perspective line. So we're gonna go right back, 1. And we're gonna come off of here and 2. And off of here and 3. And off of here and 4. And off of here in 5. All right, you feel it? Now, that couch is just going back into space. We gotta end it somewhere. So I'm gonna end it right here. So roll it around, and these extra lines are very important because it helps you to know where to turn your design to make your couch. All right, you feel it? You feel the couch come into being? Ah, I see it, I see it, I see it. Okay, and then inside the couch right here, you want to make sure you make the part where the cushion is at. So I'm going to pull that around again and follow that same curve all the way around on the inside. Just like that. And then I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to roll it around, and now I got the thickness of the couch edge. That's the part where you put your arm at, okay? And you got that rolling around, and let's just sticking up the cushion. Let's pull another little piece for the cushion. It's like this. And let's make it round in the middle. And let's make it round coming up to the top. Ah, isn't that cool? Look at our little chair. Got a little couch, a little funky little couch right there. That's good. And let's get a little table in front of the couch. So we'll pull straight out, and straight out, just like so. 1 and 2. And then I'm going to end this table off like right here, and I'm in the table off right about here. Now notice I pulled 2 horizontal lines to make the couch end right there, okay? So that's very key. Now the next thing I'm going to do is, as I do that, I want to establish his legs on the bottom of the couch down here. So I'm going to pull down 1, and I'm going to pull down at the bottom of the table, should I say, and lining with the couch. And then the other 2 legs are kind of hidden back underneath the table, so you can't really see those. So if I were to just imagine a line in here, imagine here, you see that they get cut off. You can't see those unless you make the table out of glass, then you could see it. All right, so I got that, and now let's make a bigger table inside the room. And so I'm gonna pull across here, pull out, here we go, pull out, and pull out. You feel it? Okay. Follow along. You got it going out and out. And then now I'm going to pull across horizontal. And I'm going to pull across horizontal. All right, let's give our table some thickness. Boom, and pull that one back. And let's pull that across. And so now the next thing you need is you got to have some legs on your table. So I'm going to drop another line going down just like this. And I'm going to drop another line going down just like that. And then I'm going to drop down to that line. That's a leg for the table. And I'm going to drop down to that line. Make sure these 2 are parallel. And then coming up here, at this point, I'm going to drop down to that line. Remember, I pulled from here to get the length of the leg coming down underneath there. And now I have another table in the room. That last leg, you're not going to be able to see because it's underneath the table. ... It will end about right there. You can't see that leg. All right? And then the next thing I'm going to do is give myself some artwork on the wall. So I'm going to pull up over here and pull down over here. And so I got a vertical piece, diagonal, come through here, And you can see I have my artwork on the wall, and I'm gonna do a similar kind of portrait like I did in the other drawing. Pull it around and put speckle, 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 speckle. Pull a little face and put a little mouth. And then roll it around, put a little collar, and let's give them a big old tie. All right, and I think we need something on the wall on the other side of the room. And come out and out. This time I'll make a more horizontal dominant image because that one is more portrait, and this one is going to be, what's the other word? Correct, landscape. All right, so we got the landscape on this side of the room. And then, now I'm gonna pull a line coming back through it. And then I'm gonna put a little mountainscape on here, just like that. I'm gonna put a couple of trees, just like that, and put one in the foreground. Put some clouds in the sky, yeah, a little sun or something like that. See how cool that is and how quick that was? And then the last thing I'm gonna do is put some curtains hanging down off of this one and some curtains hanging down off of this one on that side. Now, remember I told you we'll go back with the black marker and let's begin to get these things to stand out. So, I'm going to begin to accentuate. So here is my table. Ah, you feel it. I know you do. And then here's one of the legs. And here is the table coming across. Coming across. Lock the wrist. Hold your breath, and that will help you to get a nice, clean line that stays nice and steady because your body's not expanding and contracting. And let's get the rest of the little wall coming down on this side, and let's end the wall up over here, and let's get the ceiling piece over there. And let's pull up and around, and now I got my picture frame. Oh yeah, this is my $1 million piece of artwork on the wall over here. All right, pull it down, and then I'm gonna go into the definition of my little guy. Remember, he has a little line coming around, and he has a little shirt, and he has a little tie that's in the shape of a triangle on the end, and he has an eye, and he's got a little mouth, and he's got little speckles for hair coming around. Yes, you see it coming into being. I know you see it, I know you feel it, and you can do this too. And then come on down, let's pull out a little table, just like a little coffee table. When you have your company come over and they're eating coffee and eating some crackers and so forth, and they're having a good time, and we listen to some music together, and our heads are bopping, and we listen to the beat, and we dance, and we're just having a good old time. And then over here, I'm gonna make the rest of my couch and roll it around, and this is the thickness of the couch leg. Ah, yes. And then this is the couch side over here, and rolling around. Make it nice and rich and dark, guys. And then on the other side, and that's the round of the couch, and coming up and around and around and around. And this is the couch cushioning on the inside. Make some cushioning off of there, there, and there, and around. And then that last little piece. Okay, we're almost there, we're gonna get that back wall over here. A little back piece there, we're gonna come on up. We're going to pull up the side wall. Let's get our other framed art piece over here, our landscape image. Run it around, run it around, run it around. And remember, we got a little tree happening here. Another little tree happening in here. And then the mountainscape. And then a little cloud formation and some kind of sun or moon or something like that in the sky. I don't know. We put a little lake here, a little water. Kind of coming across, and another little landmass, and there you have it. You got a nice little landscape image going across there. And let's finish off our window in the back of the room. Remember, we added some curtains, and add some more curtains. And then now we're going to add in the window, and here's the window pane. Boom, boom, boom. And then right up the center. And we're going to add a little bit more thickness across the bottom, and we're going to give it some glass look to it. Put a few little dash lines just like that. And you see how it looks, how beautiful it looks. And of course, we almost forgot this little bottom line down here that makes the bottom part of the room. And we need that top line. But before I put the top line, I gotta put one more thing. I need a little chandelier or something hanging up there. So I'm gonna make something nice and round up here, just like that. Round it around. And I'm gonna make another little rounded shape on it. This is called an ellipse. And I'll make a little piece in the middle. And then I'm gonna make another part that connects to the ceiling, going all the way up. Then it has a couple of arm pieces that come off of it. And I have the light hanging down the middle of the room. And just to give it one little extra little touch, I'm gonna add onto the bottom a little rug kind of projecting out from here. So here's a little rug coming out, little rug coming out. And then I'm gonna run it across like that and run it across like that. And we'll put one more line down the middle. And we'll put it like this. And this is the rug that came from my other piece that had the chair. And now I can go back into it once I use those as my layout lines. And I can go back into it, and I can create my checkerboard rug. I know you love my rug. Y'all just want to come into my house and sit down on my couch and drink all my wonderful coffee and tea. And you just want to have a look at the artwork on the walls and just have a wonderful time. I know you want to come over to my house. You can't come. Yes, you can. All right, so here we go. Pull it across here. And then I'm going to pull some more lines in here to make it look nice and like a checkerboard kind of pattern worked out inside of there. Oh, yeah. And then I'm going to cross back over it just to make it a little darker, creating a little bit more contrast. A little more contrast inside of there. And I need to finish out that top panel and that top panel. And there you have, ladies and gentlemen, dudes and dudettes, we have a 1-point perspective room with a little window inside, a couple pieces of artwork on the wall, the couch, a coffee table, and a regular table to sit there. And you can just add whatever you want to it, all kinds of different colors to it. You can add other shapes. You can put people inside this room. You can just go the full array of things, wherever your imagination would take you, once you understand the 1-point perspective. Okay, folks? So I hope you enjoyed the lesson. And I want you, please, to remember, art is all around you. Muscarelle in the house. Virtual Art Camp.